All right. Before we begin today's episode of Wisconsin Drunken History Podcast, we really wanted to give a shout out to our patrons at Patreon. They are the ones that keep the lights on and the beer flowing. We have some very special friends of ours. We've got Andy Herbrand, longtime friend, longtime listener, great guy. Check him out. He's probably biking somewhere down in Janesville, Beloit area.
Or making some sick coffee.
Dude is a brew master when it comes to that stuff. He's a roaster. So we also have Eric Sari, obviously a family affair.
Yeah.
He is a close personal friend of mine. Went to high school, and then obviously Russ, he is your cousin. So
yeah.
You guys spent Christmases and shit together. So, and then we also have Lauren L. She is an absolute phenomenal person, and this show helps keep her awake and thriving while she has to travel to work. So that is absolutely huge. And we have Nate Hansen and Hansen Screen Printing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They are absolutely phenomenal. Local businesses, you gotta always use them. Keep the communities thriving. So if you have any questions, you can always go to Hansen Screen Printing on Facebook, social media, and then I believe it's hansenscreenprinting.com. Check it out.
Eric, cue up that music, bro.
Hey, welcome to the Wisconsin Drunken History Podcast. We are your hosts, Eric Sturgeon.
And I'm Russell Sari.
This podcast is about all things Wisconsin, history, music, culture, and beer. Although we don't often use strong language, the content is not intended for young audiences, so listener discretion is advised.
If you love the bluegrass music you hear in this intro, please check out Dang It's from Madison, Wisconsin by visiting their website, dang-its.com. Now on to the show.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wisconsin Drunken History Podcast, your weekly dose of the Dairy State. We are your hosts, as always. I'm Eric.
And I'm Russ.
And today we have another special episode lined up for you where we talk about spiritualist / medium / healer, Mary Chenoweth. We are dubbing the Waterloo Wizard.
Yeah.
Is that
she's from Waterloo.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Okay. I didn't want to speak for both of us, but I did. I said we are dubbing. But yeah, the spiritualist kind of medium healer. This is an absolutely cool story.
Yeah.
Really excited to be able to sort of shed some light on this and bring that out to the public. We have great Wisconsin music from Limbeck and another brewski reviewski, because why not?
Yeah, we love beer.
Drinking beer is
it's part of our podcast.
It's absolutely part of our lives. So, and we have a very special guest interview today that you will hear towards the end of this episode. Hey, if you could be so kind, do yourself the Midwest thing and go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, give us 5 stars. Wherever you listen, in fact, give us some sort of a review and rate us, subscribe, and, especially with YouTube. If you could go there, even if you don't listen to us on YouTube, go to our page on there and then just hit subscribe. You don't have to hit the notification bell because, who wants that? Our phones are already going off 1,000 times anyway.
I always laugh about the YouTube because we don't get very many views on it because we don't have like a picture,
right.
But it's crazy how well we've been doing on like the Apple Podcast.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it'd be cool if the YouTube could pick up a little bit. I mean, I understand It's a podcast, right? But it's just another medium to have your stuff out there.
And we're still toying with the idea of doing a video version of this. I mean, Russ and I are just so damn haggard most of the time.
We hungover, like bachelor parties, like bachelorette parties.
Or coming from the Deer District or being at the game and stuff. By the way, I don't think we've addressed this at all, but the Bucks in 6.
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
I can finally wear a Bucks jersey and feel like I'm awesome.
You're a winner,
because
dude.
People used to make fun of you for wearing them sometimes.
Hell yeah.
So
You're a champion now.
I know. I'm stoked.
Just imagine how the Bucks feel.
Oh,
they could finally wear a Bucks jersey and not feel like shit.
50 years.
50 years since the last
now
win.
It's back in Milwaukee.
The last champion.
So it's awesome.
So, hey, do the Midwest nice thing and, go and rate us, like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. It really helps, not only because, we're ego heads and we like all that stuff, joking, of course, but for the algorithms. The more that we get the likes and the reviews and the subscribes, then our podcast will be suggested more often.
Exactly.
So it just helps kind of drive even more volume and kind of traffic our way.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've noticed too, we've been getting a lot more listeners overseas. I mean, we've had some Sweden, Norway, and Finnish, Russian listeners. It's just amazing.
That could also be people using VPN.
It could be.
But I like to think that it's a truly Irish, when we see that we have, Ireland listeners and stuff like that. Of course. I mean,
we've had one solid Belgium listener since the beginning of the show. We'd love to, if you want to reach out to us.
And they've actually left us a review. So,
awesome.
I couldn't read it because I don't know how.
It's in Belgian.
Or whatever.
Okay.
It's... But absolutely. And then, hey, hit us up, WisconsinDrunkenHistory.com. There's a contact page on there if you want to reach out to us. That goes directly to Russ and I's shared inbox, as well as you could find T-shirts and other merch that we have available. And you can go find a link to our Patreon, which, like we said at the top of the show, that sort of keeps the lights on and the beer flowing, keeps our bellies stuffed with plenty of cheese and wieners.
Oh, yeah, and it's awesome. It's great. You guys are basically sponsors of the show, so we want to thank the people we currently do have. It's amazing. I mean, it's just, I never thought this podcast would come this far. I mean, it was kind of just an idea, and it's morphed into something more.
It's been over a year, man.
And we have fans like sending us cool stuff, which is incredible.
Yeah. And cool company sending us stuff. Koss.
Oh, yeah, Koss headphones.
We're rocking Koss headphones right now in this damn studio. Because we did a cool episode on them, gave you that Wisconsin history like we always do. And then they said, hey, thanks for the episode, guys. Do you need something? How's your headgear,
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought it would come this far.
Such a cool company, and I've always loved Koss headphones, and it's really cool to see the whole thing kind of come to fruition. I mean, your podcast sort of fell apart right before COVID.
Yeah,
and then mine, it wasn't going anywhere anyway, so we were just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
So really glad to be able to do this and hang out with my best friend and be able to give you guys some stupid content to put in your ears.
Funny stories, just whatever we can throw at you. So
all right, let's go ahead and jump right in. This is the story of Mary Hayes Chenoweth.
Yeah, so this is one I had to kind of sum down because there's so much information out there. Like a lot of these episodes, we have to keep them to 45 minutes to, maybe sometimes an hour, but we try to keep them within that limit. So this one I summed up quite a bit. And whether you believe in paranormal or not, we have a great tale about mediums and psychics for you today.
Yum.
You may have heard of the Hayes Mansion in San Jose, which may be known to you paranormal people out there. And this is a tale of Wisconsin woman behind the home. Born Mary Folsom in 1825 to parents Abraham and Miriam Folsom, they would early in her life move to Waterloo, Wisconsin, and is where she was raised and grew up, and found that she found what she dubbed the Force, and this was before Star Wars, so there was no that's
instantly what came into my head.
There's no Obi-Wans involved. There was no Jedi stuff. But she found what she called the Force.
Oh my God.
And this force, she said, drove her to her knees and gave her the power to heal people and wield a special spiritual insight. And in 1853, after this powerful vision she received, she was said to speak in tongues. She found out that she could heal sick people simply by laying her hands on them and performing other paranormal actions. Mary Hayes was also a teacher in her mundane life. She drew the attention of many men, and some being powerful leaders, politicians, intellectual figures, but in 1854 she decided to marry her first husband, Anson B. Hayes, a Waterloo farmer, an affluent member in the community. They had 3 boys, the youngest who died as a toddler, but the older sons, Everest Anson Red Hayes and J. Orley Black Hayes, the nicknames coming from the color of their beards. So I'd be a black. I got a black beard. What do you got, Rocky? You got a kind of lighter hair.
I'd be shitty mustache is what my nickname would be.
No, but your beard's like kind of like a brown, like a light blonde brown.
In fact, it sometimes has like tinges of red in it as well, so...
So the Hayes, and then that's where the nickname came from. And this marriage would come to a tragic end in 1873, where she would end up marrying Madison, Wisconsin attorney in 1889, and one of her patients who would come and visit her regularly for readings and healings called Thomas Chynoweth, thus the name Mary Hayes Chenoweth.
Gotcha.
And this marriage, again, would not last, and he would soon die after.
Well, that's how life works. Sometimes you live and sometimes you're dead.
Exactly. And so this is like the main story about how she got all of her wealth. And it's actually pretty impressive for the state of Wisconsin, what she actually did and found based on her visions and her spiritualism.
Yeah.
So this is probably the most famous one, and there are other accounts, but this is the one that kind of set Wisconsin on the map up in the north, up the north there.
Oh yeah,
it settled down and really helped out. So, and she accumulated her wealth first as just doing individual healings and readings, but one of her major fortunes she earned came from discovering the iron ore mine locations in 1883. She said she had a special spiritual guidance which led her to discover some of the larger mines in northern Wisconsin in the Gogabec region at the sites of the Ashland and Germania mines, which these ones were the main mines, and they helped develop towns like Hurley, became a boom town of the time for lumberjacks and mining, and Ironwood. A lot of these towns became boom towns because of this mine. It provided tons of jobs for the people up in the north, the Finns and the Germans, Norwegians that moved up in that area.
I mean, literally some of Wisconsin's earliest history.
And obviously, our first episode, Hurley. I mean, it was a boom town. I mean, that's where like the gambling happened, the prostitution, all the money was spent.
Well, I mean, that's where everybody was. I mean, you got to put all of the taboo, bad shit up where everybody is. And hey, kudos to them for making money.
Exactly, and that helped develop the train lines to move up there. So her finding these two mines and setting that up really set the stage for the up north to become an affluent area, right?
Damn.
People started moving up there, realizing that there's jobs up there, loggers, miners, and this set the stage. The Sioux Line built lines up there that go all the way across Highway 2 there.
Right.
I mean, it's pretty impressive. She set this up based on this vision.
She had this force.
The force be with you.
Don't force too hard.
No. So with the large wealth accumulation, she decided to move to the San Jose, California area. And this was all due to a trip in 1870 where the family left and fell in love with the area. She decided in 1891 that it was time after this wealth was accumulated to build the first rendition of what would become the Hayes Mansion, a 50-room Queen Anne-style building with turrets, cupolas, balconies, as well as a massive library. While living here, she continued doing her spiritual work with all the estate's workers and the neighbors. In 1899, the first rendition of this mansion would be burnt to the ground, but they would bounce back quickly and due to her wealth that she accumulated and have architect George Page build a 41,000 square foot mansion with wings added on the home for Mary and her sons. And the mansion was a completely self-sufficient home, and it had a power plant, post office, rail station, carriage stop, lodging for 40 ranch hands, and a chapel. The family thrived there and grew fruit and vegetables and also had all of its own livestock. So it's basically a self-sufficient home.
That's crazy. It's a little town right there.
For this time period, it's just insanity. And Mary would have passed away, unfortunately, in 1905 at the age of 80. And she left a lasting legacy as her sons went on to be politicians and owned those San Jose newspapers of the time.
Whoa.
So pretty impressive family. And in 1964, the mansion fell into some disrepair after the Hayes family sold it off. However, recently money has been invested in the property, and the hotel. It is now a hotel resort where you can stay at in the San Jose area. And if you watch like ghost shows, like paranormal, they've all gone there and said there's like paranormal activity. So if you're familiar with like these ghost adventures, like Ghost Hunters, whatever, you know, there's so many of them out there now. The paranormal's kind of like one of those trending things.
Yeah, it's always going to be somewhat of a popular thing because again it just feels so taboo and unknown, so those shows will always thrive, but like you said, it's a little weird, right?
And whether it be if she had a power or if it was just a really great guess, whatever it was, Mary, we really thank you for helping to contribute to the Northwoods of Wisconsin, and you did a great thing for us all. So.
Because hey, regardless, whether it was truly something inside that, it was a feeling or the force, either way, what a win for, the state of Wisconsin, especially early, state of Wisconsin, for her to have discovered these mines that then brought in all of the individuals that needed to, go up there and actually process and dig in there, and just brought us some really cool, rich culture. So
exactly, just lady from the Waterloo area, set the stage for the Northwoods there. And,
had gas and found a mine.
Yeah, I mean, I always wonder what do you think it could be if they can detect like magnetism or whatever it is, you know. If
that also could be, right?
Because the iron is giving off, you know, they have electrons, a magnetic source, high-powered magnetic source, whatever it is, you know, whatever it did that, we thank you for your contributions to Wisconsin, and we wanted to feature just another eccentric person in the Wisconsin area, and just what a cool life, you know.
All right. So we have, as promised, a cool music segment once again coming right from our back door, essentially, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Awesome. That's where this band sort of got its start, and they absolutely were huge. And so they still tour. We're talking about Limbeck. They still tour every once in a while to kind of do some like reunion shows and stuff. We have featured the drummer from Limbeck. His name's John. We have featured his other band, Mini Meltdowns, that he does guitar and vocal work in that. So, I mean, he's just an all-around phenomenal musician. I believe he even has a recording studio in Nashville now, and just an absolute professional. This guy is number one, you know, in my book as far as, you know, musicianship goes, of people that I physically know and have talked to. Yeah. And there's a handful of individuals that you and I have worked with that I'm just constantly blown away by how much better they are at their instruments than I am.
I mean, even like the studios around here, when you go and hear other stuff, like Bobby Peruse, for example, producer of like Fall Out Boy, like early Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
It's incredible when you hear these other bands, and they're just all from Wisconsin. Right.
And another guy, I mean, we're going to do an episode on him as well, Butch Vig, just a Wisconsin all-star. He'll go down in the legacy books as like, I mean, the guy.
They call him the Nevermind Man.
Yeah.
That's like his nickname. So it's just huge at our state, has all this musical history.
To be fair, you can, in my opinion, you can put, you know, John Phillip right here as well. I mean, he is just a phenomenal musician, a phenomenal guy. The couple times that we've run into him, it's just been a joy and a pleasure to be able to talk to him. And I know we ran into him at, I believe I talked about this on the Mini Meltdown show, but we ran into him at the Bob Dylan show. Or not Bob Dylan.
Neil Young.
We did go to Bob Dylan, but yeah, he was at Neil Young. And then we got a chance to see Mini Meltdowns at their EP release at X-Ray Arcade in Cudahy. And then we also saw Limbeck at X-Ray Arcade in Cudahy. Just an absolutely phenomenal band, artist. I mean, it's absolutely great. The song that we chose is Big Drag, an absolutely phenomenal song, as you will hear, and it is infectious as shit.
Oh yeah,
like it's top-notch quality.
No juice in the fridge. I'm trying not to go out. I'm trying to stay in the house. And I think, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm trying not to go out. The count of the drought. 'Cause there's just a big drag going around. A big drag going around. A big drag going around. Last night I blew it. I played 2 games of pool and I forgot my card. I left it at the bar. I dreamed that I went to that Thai place with you. You know, the one that we've been to 2 nights before. Now there's just a big drag going around. A big drag going around. A big drag going around. And I don't know
absolutely love that song. I absolutely love that band. They are phenomenal. Yeah, you can check out everything that they have to offer. They are on Spotify and pretty much every other platform that you can stream music, as well as I encourage you to buy their music as well.
That song had to be on a punk compilation of some sort too. Like,
I
I swear
think
I've heard
so.
that song. It's awesome. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
So
just phenomenal. So again, that was Limbeck, Big Drag. We are now going to move over to our beer review segment, and let me tell you, this one is from a brewery that's pretty close to where we grew up. And they took over an old bank. So there is the old bank vault is still there.
they've been on our show.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is from East Troy Brewery, and this is a delicious beer. Russ, why don't you tell me what we got in front of us?
Yes, so I went and grabbed a growler of the Hippy Dippy Organic Golden Ale.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's great. And it's coming in at 5.3% ABV. So it's not a super heavy hitter, but it's really good. It's pouring really smooth, has a nice gold color to it. And I'm going to take a quick sip here. So
Pretty decent head, small, but not, it's existent, which, what on the last show we did a beer that really didn't pour with any head. It was more of a milkshake kind of style. But this one, really good, good flavor.
yeah, this is another one like we just had on our last episode, another one that's like a good summer drinker. This one's another one of those. It's like very light. One that you could just kind of hang out and drink outside. Just creamy golden color. Actually, it kind of has a cream ale flavor. Are you getting that a little bit, like a little bit of the creaminess coming through?
I was just going to say that too, is that, it's a golden ale, but it also has almost that kind of cream ale feel to the sort of the after finish, you know?
And I'm getting like some hints of some berry notes coming through, maybe from the hops that they're using. I can't find information on the hops they were using, but I'm getting some berry notes, so one of those berry flavored hops possibly.
Right.
This one is actually brewed with organic hops and locally grown organic corn as well. And I'm actually not getting the corn flavor too much.
No.
Like when you drink a Miller Lite, you get that corn. It's not coming through.
Right.
Like that.
And the one thing that I wanted to say too is that most of your light beers or your kind of introductory beers, normal domestics, are somewhere in the range of 3 to 5%.
Right.
This is a 5.3, which is it's not going to crush you, and you could certainly make the leap from drinking, let's say, your Bud Light, Miller Lite, even your Budweiser. More of that kind of Bud Diesel, full octane kind of deal. And this would be a really great step in the craft direction. Plus, you're really supporting that local establishment and putting the money back into the community. Like I said, this building itself is cool as hell. Even if you're totally not into beer at all, this building is so rad. And I respect, the I guess sort of, passion and drive that they had, because, the East Troy Square, this, it's, it was dingy. It was shitty, before, the East Troy Brewery moved into town. And then there's another little like cafe thing that moved in, kind of kitty corner from from the brewery. Before those two things came in, it was just kind of like 10 bars right there. It's like Al Smith's, the East Troy Saloon, and then there's
I always did like the Cream City brick that they have there though, because they have that limestone brick on some of the cottage works.
It's
stuff,
a beautiful downtown. If somebody restored some of these buildings with as much care and caution as East Troy Brewery did, it would be amazing, because that town square there is phenomenal. That's actually really cool. It's kind of built like a roundabout, if you will. You can just drive. It's all one direction as far as the traffic goes. But it's an absolutely phenomenal little town, and adding this flair of craft beer is even better.
Yeah, I know when we went there, we stopped and ate. I had a couple brewskis, and then we went to the East Troy Trolley with the little guy, which is a really cool thing to do if you got kids and stuff. And you know, it's cool because they always have like a fall festival where they offer this craft beer at some of the fall festivals there.
Yeah.
And I love their beer. The Hippy Dippy is pretty awesome. If you're gonna go there and try one, I recommend this one. It's really cool. It supports local farmers, locally grown corn, which is really nice. And the beer is actually phenomenal.
Well, and we're getting into the fall months now, where what's really cool is you could make a pretty cool day out of this whole setup. So come down, ES and hit up like Elegant Farmer, do some apple picking or whatever in the morning. Take pictures of your kids and whatever, cool hay bales and all that other junk that's out there. But then, and also pick yourself up a paper bag apple pie, because those are fucking
amazing.
Ridiculous.
Elegant Farmer's awesome.
Yeah, and then make your way down, a little further into East Troy then, and get yourself some lunch and some beers right at East Troy Brewery. And then, on your way home, maybe drive past the trolley. I don't know if it'll still be open by then.
It is. They actually drive you to and from the Elegant
there you
Farmer
go.
now. So it's a perfect little day.
I'm telling you right now, Russ, we just did it. Like we
this
put
is
together
a great little tour.
Yeah, we put
of East
together
Troy.
someone's entire trip and tourism to East Troy.
East Troy has a quick trip as well, so that makes it
a brand new one,
staple on the map, if you will.
I just hit it up last night. And it's
I
beautiful.
love that one. That's my way. One I stop at on the way here to the podcast every
I love
time.
it.
So
grab a seat, gather round, join us for a chat. How many locos you at?
all right, folks, you know what time that is in my best Macho Man Randy Savage voice. How many locals you at, brother?
I'm so hyped up.
So,
I can't even stand it.
Yeah, so we got a pretty good one coming in today.
Yeah, this one's a bit aggressive, right?
Yeah, there's some road rage involved. So
yeah.
let's hear it.
The headline of this article is both drivers in Madison road rage incident accused of OWIs. And hey, we've had a few that kind of sound very similar to this. That seems to be an issue in Dane County, right? They're
liquor road rage.
Yeah,
issues? Yeah. There's
absolutely.
been a couple for sure. I mean,
don't get pissy behind the wheel, especially if
you're drinking. Just chill,
Right.
Because you're already in some trouble if you get
Right.
caught.
So Madison, Wisconsin, as we mentioned, a suspected road rage incident on Madison's east side led to both drivers being arrested for OWI. I mean, that's just a stupid thing to do, right?
Don't argue with someone if you're messed up.
I mean, and,
right?
like, it just doesn't make sense. So the Madison Police Department officers were alerted to a road rage incident shortly before 3 a.m. Of course, nothing good ever happens around that time. And the caller told police that they would come to the department's North District Station. That's weird.
Oof.
The department's initial report did not indicate the nature of the dispute.
Okay.
So after both drivers arrived in the station's parking lot, this just keeps getting further. Why are they meeting to go?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I wouldn't even go.
I would go home and sleep and say I didn't even go in my car.
Yeah,
but,
I'd be like, whoops,
hey.
I forgot. So, like I said, after both drivers arrived in the station's parking lot in the 2000 block of Londonderry Drive, officers met with them and reported detecting signs of impairment. These are women.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see that happening.
That was a twist in the story here.
Both women were actually arrested for operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated and taken to the Dane County Jail, which I've heard is a lovely facility. 32-year-old woman was booked for operating while intoxicated, possession of
narcotics. She had narcotics when she went to the police?
Bail jumping, and possession of THC and possession of drug paraphernalia. Well, the other, which we don't see an age for
age
her,
on this one.
But she faces a count of operating while intoxicated. Oof. Number 5.
So I'm guessing the one that had the
I'm shocked.
I'm guessing the one that had the possession of narcotics, and some of the other ones probably started this argument. I'm just stating that
she
as
was
probably
blasted on coke and just got all gnarly about it.
Snorting some deals and doing some seals.
Yeah, you do. What the? Club and seals.
Seals and snorting.
Yeah, definitely hit up the booger sugar.
Oof. And then the other one has some
drinks
experience. So we got a 5th offense, and then we got somebody who just has a lot of things going on for her right now.
Very
Oof.
wild. This should have never happened, I'd imagine.
I mean, they're probably at a similar local level, though, because we can just go with one local level. Because, I mean, like, they're dropping bows, right? Like, there's
Yeah.
some bows dropped. There's some top rope flying, swearing, whatever else happened here. And they were dumb enough to drive to the police department when they knew they were messed up, and they had narcotics on them.
Isn't that the wild part? Is that they agreed
Sure,
to
we'll
then
come on
meet
down there.
they would meet at the police department. I mean, do you go to the Lion's Den?
Right. So,
It's not smart.
they probably both have some experience here. We know they're both females. There are bows dropped, words shouted, cocaine snorted, possibly
There was a lot
crack.
of
We don't
junk.
know. It just says narcotics, crack, heroin. We don't know. Actually.
Crack kills.
Crack kills, buddy.
That's an old plumber joke.
Yeah.
So I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like where we're at here. I think we're both in the same ballpark.
I think we're gonna be pretty close. I got a number.
Is this
and I'm gonna
another
go
one of
with
those
it.
ones where we're gonna do a combined?
Yeah, they're both a similar level. I mean, one's maybe a little dumber with the narcotics and the bail jumping and the other situation she has going on, and still driving to the police department. Like, that is just stupid. Like, if you got some coke,
I'm gonna be shockingly, I think somewhat high compared to what I think maybe you'd hit here. But on 3, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so 1, 2, 3,
10.
32.
You're going huge on this one.
'Cause
I'm just thinking, like, there's no.
Are you combining that? So each
that
one
was
is
no.
5?
So if I was combining it, each one be a 10 each. So
Okay,
I'm
so 20. I'm at 32. I'm saying
With
16
the
each.
combination, you're thinking 16 each. The only reason I'm not thinking 16 is because they could drive to the police department, right? So, and these are both females with some experience, though. So I see where you're coming from.
They really didn't think this one through, which makes
so
me
do
believe.
we got to meet in the middle at a 26 local combined? It's like a 26 local.
Yeah,
is
I
that
would
what
say
we're
that.
going here? Like a combined.
Like a 13 each.
13
You know?
each?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Are you down for that?
I think I can absolutely compromise here and say 26 is
I'm just
is a
thinking
perfect
they're
number
not
for that.
quite that blackout stage because they drove to the police department. They're still
Yeah.
able to like deal with them, but also like the stupid choices they were making is
The
just that's the
idiocy
problem. That's the
behind
problem.
the whole
and I
thing
can see
is
why you
just
went higher on this one. So
Purely dumb, and I hope for their case that they were blackout drunk.
I do too. 26 loco, hit it, Eric. All right, today we're here with the Harvard Howler. How you doing today?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Not too
Hey,
bad.
we've got beers in hand. It's a great Sunday. I can't
Yes,
ask
sir.
for a better setup. It feels good
Yes,
in
sir.
life.
Yes, sir. I
So
totally
we
agree.
So we love your videos. We love the ones where you come into Wisconsin to steal some of that new Glarus.
You got it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome. And then how did you get your start? I mean, it's cool. We love your videos.
Yeah. Well, I actually started when I was 18 years old. I used to go by Deuce Amigos. Me and my buddy started a YouTube channel. We worked at Men's Warehouse and we filmed videos in the back. We were the workaholics before the workaholics.
Nice.
So cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it just kind of branched off from there. I lost a little weight, started doing my hair, and then I turned into hair videos, and now I just pretend to be a Wisconsin guy all the time.
It's awesome. We love it.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. And look, we were just talking too about Illinois. If we could do a trade for Harvard because Harvard feels a little more Wisconsin than Lake Geneva, so maybe we
Yeah.
could do a trade here if you guys we can get some legislation on board. So
I really think that you guys are onto something with that.
Yeah, it definitely feels like the right move. It feels like a good step.
Harvard
You'd be
feels
doing
more
me a huge
Wisconsin.
favor.
Yeah, Harvard feels more Wisconsin than Lake Geneva does, so we're willing to trade.
Yeah, then you could
So-
just stay right there and hold it down and still be considered Wisconsin.
Yeah, dude, we should do like some kind of poll and get the people that listen to us and see what they think. If it's
I'm down.
worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree
We'll
with
have to go
that.
with that.
So, real quick, I gotta settle something because I guess I just don't know, and I kind of want to dive in. And I'm sorry if
Yeah.
you've already covered it on any of your videos. I mean, who
no
do you
problem.
who do you root for? Who do you cheer for?
Is it Packers? Are you a Bears
Oh,
fan?
dude. I am full-blown Packers fan. Aaron
Right
Rodgers
on.
is my man crush. I actually have a wall of handsome in my garage. I'll have to show you guys somehow, but Aaron's going up on the wall soon. Love
Oh
that guy.
man,
And then
dude.
we're gonna ask too on the baseball front. Are you a Cubs fan, White Sox, or are you a Brew Crew?
I am a Cubs fan because
Sure.
that we get the Marquee channel, but if the Brewers are on and we can watch them, I'm picking the Brewers. But I do like the Cubs too.
Yeah.
I like the colors and Wrigleyville, Wrigley Field, all that, whatever they call it now.
Yeah, and honestly, it feels super nice down there. It's just a damn shame that some of the fans are the way they are. But you know,
Yeah, they get rowdy.
We've seen some fist fights at the old county stadium. I've seen quite a few drunk dads just
even
going
at
to town.
you know Miller Park
Yeah.
/ American Family Field. I mean, there's a lot of rowdy activity during a Brewers Cubs games.
Speaking of the drunk dads, I would imagine it's just two dads fighting with tube socks and New Balances. You know that vibe?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Nike Monarchs are coming off the feet, and you're
Exactly.
slapping another
Yeah,
dad with them.
Slightly,
Yeah, with the quarter cut tank top. It's not too long, but it's not too short. You know?
slightly faded green from mowing the
Yes,
lawn.
sir. Yes, sir. Tucked in. You know the belt's
Yeah.
fitting just right with that outfit.
A nice Briggs and Stratton push mower, just beautiful.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, you know, it's not all about who you cheer for. Clearly there's you know, fans of Chicago sports teams that live right here in my own backyard. But your head's in the right place. You got the Packers. We can give you that
yes,
one.
sir.
And
Yes, sir. I got my buddies here actually. Chase, he's wearing a Sox jersey right now, so we might have to fight when this phone call's over.
Absolutely.
All
I'd
right.
punch him right in the face.
Yeah, yeah. No, he's a super sweet dude. He just cracked a Busch Light too, so you guys would get along just fine.
Oh,
Okay.
hell yeah. Anything to do with beer, I'm in.
We'll drop a
Yes,
couple
sir.
bows, and then we'll settle our argument and have a couple Busch lattes.
And
so
There
And
you
I
go.
might have to say it right now, but this could be a Brewers Sox World Series.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
seeing
it's looking
it.
like.
I can feel it.
Yeah, we're
And,
hoping.
and so we gotta ask too. We saw your video on the seltzers reviews. What are you recommending? Are you thinking no clause laws, or are you thinking the Trulies? Are you thinking what are we going with here? The Bud Light seltzers
If you had to pick,
Yeah.
you know.
for the ladies
Well,
out there.
I used to White Claw like it was going out of style. I
Sure.
don't do the seltzers anymore because I realized I love Banquets and Coors Light. But if I had to pick out of all of them, the Coors Light seltzers win hands down, and it's from Rocky Mountain water, so there's that too.
You can't beat that. That sounds a little more
No.
refreshing to me.
Well,
So-
and I like what you pointed out. They're saving the earth. They're giving
Yeah,
back
dude.
to the animals and restoring.
Yeah,
It just feels
Yep.
right, you know.
what is it?
we're strict.
Is it the no
What?
laws when you're drinking claws? Is that what
I
it
mean,
is?
that's what they used to say. I think now
Yeah, that Trevor Wallace. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
think
was a
now
good line.
we've realized that there are in fact laws with
Yeah.
White Claws still.
Yeah, very
so.
true.
That was a
Have you guys,
scientific discovery, actually. The University of Madison, Wisconsin, figured that out, that there are, in fact, laws with White Claws. So,
Wow, you could have fooled me. You could
Yeah.
have fooled me.
There was a lot of people
to
on
know.
this. So.
yeah, a lot of doctors and scientists and lawyers and everything was involved. It was
I
big.
totally believe it. They probably did all that and then cracked a White Claw to celebrate.
They did.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which one do you think they went with, the mango, or you think they go?
I think it's black cherry because it's the one that, I mean, it just seems
they're cracking a
it's the most
black cherry.
popular.
Okay, a
Well,
BC.
it depends because if they're doctors that wear tube socks, like they put that quarter tank on when
Mhm.
they take their outfit off, then they're picking the grapefruit. I
That's
think.
true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
You know,
for sure.
the most-
I didn't even
the plainest
consider
of
that.
the flavors.
We didn't put that into the equation at first, but I have to agree with you now. I think the grapefruit's the way they went.
Yeah,
They're barreling.
You know, like, dude, you could go in public and if you told someone, man, you look like you drink the grapefruit White Claw, they would be so offended because
Absolutely.
everybody hates that flavor.
That's going to ruin somebody's day. They're going to be like,
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to go home and be done for now because.
Yeah, yeah. Cue that song, "Hello, Darkness, My Old
Exactly.
Friend."
Yeah.
You know?
Those khakis and that dad polos coming off, and you're switching to a Metallica tee and friggin' jeans. So
Yeah, dude,
right away.
Yeah, he quits his job, joins a band.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling
55.
in this one. And so we were going to ask too. I know you come over the border once in a while, and what are some of your favorite things in Wisconsin? And do you have any memories you wanted to share with us over here?
Oh, dude, I think about Wisconsin a lot, but I had a huge Door County kick a couple years ago. I actually we went there a few times summer of 2019, and then in September I actually camped up there for 6 days and worked with Hawkers Concrete. So
Okay.
I called them. I was living in Antioch. Called them, and they wanted to see how I would do. So I drove up there and worked with them. Ellison Bay, Sister Bay, all the bays.
Yeah. Beautiful
Yeah,
area.
Door County for sure, and then any of the supper clubs in Wisconsin. Those are always good memories.
Yeah. I saw that you had posted, I think recently, that you were at Ishnala, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We waited 3.5 hours for half a piece of chicken breast.
Right.
It was good chicken.
That's like the
And
supper club.
I mean, they kind of shuffle
Yeah.
you in and out of there, so it's not always the best experience. Great food, obviously best view. It wins hands down as far as that goes.
yeah.
But it doesn't have some of the more true supper club vibes of just kind of sitting
Yeah.
back and chilling and relax.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, because I wanted the relish tray, and I just wanted
Right.
to load up on crackers, but the portions there for petite people.
Yeah,
We'll go with that one.
absolutely.
But it was beautiful. Nothing to say but good things about them.
And then I was gonna ask too. I know I saw some of the videos on doing like a really nice fade. Do you think we could get the? You think you could show me a fade mullet one of these times?
Whoa, a faded mullet.
Yeah, actually, my buddy Chase, who's here, I cut his hair a couple weeks ago, and he's starting to grow a rat tail. So maybe we'll make a video.
Dude, a
for all
rat
the Morgan
tail.
Wallen fans.
He has a Kentucky waterfall.
Yeah, I accidentally had a
Holy
rat tail
smokes.
one
If that's what
time.
you call it.
What else? A squirrel pelt. What are some of the other ones we
Yeah.
call it here?
Mississippi mud flap.
Yeah. Oh, right
shit.
on.
Look at that.
What's
Yeah.
it called? A schlong?
Schlong, short and
Short-
long.
It's a schlong.
Short and long.
The shorty,
Whoa.
the shorty long back.
Wow.
So I'm all
Wow.
I'm all for the mullet right now. It's making a comeback, and one of these days I'm gonna rock another mullet.
Hey, for some people, it never went away.
Right. But they're the true champions.
Yeah, exactly.
They're the ones looking around all these whippersnappers going, I had it first.
Yeah, I've never quit.
But
Billy
they're
Ray
probably
Cyrus for
wearing the New
life.
Balances. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you should totally cut a mullet, though. That'd be sick. You guys could do a live podcast with your mullets.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it was so great.
Really get it popping.
Especially with those new glasses. What are they? Pit vipers that are coming out. I want pit vipers and a sick mullet.
Can we
And my buddy that's here just picked up a pair of those for his vacation he took not too long ago.
Oh,
can we just
They're
say
like-
that sunglasses are getting to the point where you might as well just wear a fucking helmet?
Yeah, dude.
They're taking up
But
your
you're
whole
walking around
fucking
like they're all
face, dude.
welders.
Remember
Yeah,
when
they're all-
sunglasses were cool when you looked like Geordie LaForge? Like they barely covered your eyeballs, and now it's like they're covering your whole face.
Yeah, dude. Any 90s movie, you're looking like, what's his name from The Matrix? Neo?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Do they have those tiny little glasses?
Well, and when Men in Black came out, it was like straight up Ray-Ban style. It was decent, but now nothing against pit vipers, but man, that's a lot of sunglasses. That's
Yeah,
going to
dude.
give you a real awkward suntan.
Totally agree.
The-
Some guys would say it's worth it.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Not for me. It's
I
not
could
for
see
me.
I could see it on the Mach. The
Oh,
old
Macho Man, he always was wearing pit vipers, basically.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had those viper arms, too, man.
Oh,
Couple
God,
rats.
yeah.
He's rocking snakes for sure. So
Yeah, dude.
He was wrestling
Snake
more than guys. He was wrestling a real drug addiction too. So
Yeah, very true. Yeah, a little steroid use and perfect cocktail for disaster.
actually going into that, so we always have this question, and we'll pose it to you. Do you think you could survive a Coke binge with either Mach or Hulk?
No.
I always
No.
wonder if I could do it. I don't think I could do it.
that's not for the faint of heart.
I couldn't even watch them do that. It's like literally too wild.
I would literally die as soon as I
Mhm.
saw them do shit like that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no Coke for me.
Yeah, no, and especially not at that level.
What did you say? It was Olympic level?
Olympic level Coke binge use. Like
Nice.
it's just
Yeah,
fuck.
that's a perfect one right there.
They won
After
gold.
Dive Bar Coke.
Yeah, they were the tag team champions of life at Coke.
Yeah, dude. I was always a Stone Cold guy though. When he came out and crushed those
Oh, hell
beers,
yeah.
me being 8 years old, I was just hyped.
Austin
Hi.
316 just smashing beers.
Oh,
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
I have many memories of me eating Whoppers, watching that dude just give people Whoppers.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
But, oh man, this was so cool to sit down with you today, and we'd love to get together and obviously do some videos. I mean, we got some pretty funny
Yeah.
ones in the works, and we'd love it. We love everything you guys put out, and keep doing what you're
Cool.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then,
man.
I mean, we will definitely be doing a lot more collaborations. We want to see the Harvard Howler just really, really diving into that across the border nation here.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you guys. I need a couple spiritual guides from Wisconsin to show me the ropes.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, what you're only 5 or 10 miles, and
I mean,
you can come
really.
to the dark side anytime you want to, and cross the
Yeah,
cheddar
dude.
curtain.
Oh, the
Yeah.
old cheddar curtain.
Oh God, yeah. I'll bring my Chicago twang to you guys, and we'll make something happen.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Yeah.
And before we let you go, we were wanting to know if you wanted to answer a few questions to see how scrawny you are, to find out how you're doing here.
Oh, sheesh. Let's do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll do it, but let's see.
This will be almost like an entrance exam.
Okay. Okay. Well,
yeah, this is
Hope I
your
don't fail.
test to become a natural Wisconsin citizen here.
oh man, I'm shaking in my Red Wings right now.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah.
There's 1 point.
I like it. And then have you ever eaten a squeaky cheese curd?
I did in Door County, yes, but they were breaded, but they were still squeaky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's my favorite actually.
Oh, yeah, when they're
they
warm.
can deep fry it and still have the squeak.
Yeah.
Man,
What-
that's bonus points.
What do? They drop them in when they're ice cold or something?
They
right?
must, because like the innards are squeaky where you're like,
I think again that was something that happened at University of Wisconsin Madison. Scientists, lawyers, and everybody was involved. How
Very
do we
true.
keep the squeak? You know.
Right. Yeah. That seems like a big problem of ours. How do we keep the squeak? Yeah. So yes, I have tried them.
so the
Big
next
fan.
the next one we got, have you ever been to Summerfest? And do you have a band you love seeing there?
You know what? It's sad to say, but I've never actually been to any fests or been to any concerts.
I'm going to go ahead and say right now, though, you get points for not having gone to Summerfest because Summerfest sucks.
It's
Why
pretty.
does it suck?
It's mostly, and I'll be candid here. It's mostly fibs.
Oh yeah.
They absolutely take over for that like 2 week stretch. I mean, nobody cares where they're going, and it's not just Illinois. It's the Wisconsin individuals that come there too. They don't say please, thank you, excuse me. There's just no politeness, and all social construct is out the fucking door as soon as
Dude,
they're
they're
here.
hyped up.
That was
They
a,
are.
that was a quick turnaround, Eric. I wasn't expecting that, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got points, I guess, from Eric.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Nice.
We're giving you that one.
Good.
So the next one we have you ever tailgated at a Packers game?
No, we want to go to a Packers game, but with all this hoopla with the country, we haven't made it.
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah, you want to know the cool thing about Packers fans is like we're super inviting. Even if you're wearing a Bears jersey, you're still going to suck down a Polish sausage with a Wisconsinite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Very true. My buddy says that too. Packers fans are the most polite people.
I mean, we'll apologize, to you for beating your team, and we'll be like, next time maybe we'll make it a little more even, and Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers won't throw 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know.
One of the worst stadiums I've been to was in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly shove.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, if you're wearing a Packers jersey there, expect to get your ass kicked or
Lincoln
stuff thrown at
Financial
you.
Field or whatever, you'll die.
Yeah, you
Do
might
this.
you might not make it out of there alive. As a
Kind of like
Wisconsinite,
the silver. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, I was saying kind of like the Silver Linings Playbook scene. Isn't that the Eagles Stadium where they
It
do
is.
that fight? Bradley Cooper hands out whoop ass to everyone.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What a good movie
Yeah.
drop too. That was good.
and then
Yeah.
you-
See, I'm thinking, man.
and then you're just sitting there getting pelted with items, and you're like, "Oh, hey there, bud, stop throwing the batteries at me or whatever they're tossing
Right.
at you." You know.
No, you would apologize and be like, I deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's cool. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
going to
say
enjoy
sorry
this
to them
beer.
for them hitting you.
So we got to ask this too, and it is a Wisconsin thing, but Illinois has them as well. But have you ever hit a deer?
Hit a deer?
Yeah, with your car.
No. This past summer though, there was one morning where a deer ran right in front of my truck, and I almost hit him. But no, I would probably break down if I hit a deer. That would totally suck.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I love animals, so it always stinks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've hit 2 at this point in my life.
Yeah.
But
And
Did it wreck your
honestly,
car?
there's so many of them out there that, and especially when you're driving at night, it's sometimes just impossible to avoid.
Yeah, there's a Louis C.K. bit, the comedian. He talks about deer because everyone thinks they're so fucking majestic, but they're actually really nasty animals and they wreck your yard.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very funny. It's probably not podcast friendly, but you guys would
Sure.
probably dig it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna
Yeah.
ask the next question I got. I know we saw the video where you crossed the border. Do you have a favorite like sausage or brat that you recommend us checking out?
You know what? We get into these debates with whether you should boil them or cook them, then put them in a beer bath. I cooked them first, but we just picked like the mild standard brat. But Coors Light, fennel or caraway seeds, some brown sugar, you get yourself a nice beer brat.
Yeah.
But I haven't boiled them yet. So,
Awesome. Yeah, I love like the local. I think were you at Country Meats, which is like an amazing place. I mean, they have like all local beef and like
yeah, dude.
grass fed, awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a small scoop of ice cream and we shared it, and then we shared a 6er of Moon Man.
Absolutely.
We're
Amazing.
talking about romance. When you share a sixer of Moon Man with
And-
your better half.
And I
Beautiful
agree.
film.
I agree with you on your take that Moon Man is the more superior New Glarus beer than Spotted Cow.
Oh, that's
Oh, dude.
by far.
Hands down. I don't know why people. Spotted Cow's good, but what is with all the hoopla with Spotted
I
Cow?
know.
Moon Man's sitting right there in the closet. It's right there. It'll treat you right. You just got to buy
Yep.
it. Sheesh.
Exactly. And then I was going to ask you too. So I got two more questions for you. Obviously,
Yeah,
we already touched on the Supper Club debate. But do you have a favorite that you recommend? Obviously, Ishnala is kind of like the Supper Club. But is there another one you recommend
Kinda like
checking
the
out?
Spotted Cow, you know?
Yeah.
There's it's in Harvard, the Heritage. It's not a Wisconsin supper club, but it is my favorite supper club. It's literally like a mile from here because you go in and it's like you're walking into a 60s supper club, dude. With like, I think you guys have mentioned it, all the decor. They got a guy
Yeah.
playing piano, and the relish tray will just literally knock your socks off.
Awesome. That's why
Unless they're
See,
tube socks. But
and I appreciate you not trying to cater to the idea that this is Wisconsin-based stuff. You said, I'm going to throw you one that's, this side of the border,
I like it.
and it's going to be,
My bad.
and it beats it. I like it.
I told you.
If I had to pick a supper club in Wisconsin, it's Ishnala, because sitting by that river with spotted cows, which that's all they had, so I bought them.
Yeah.
beautiful place, and the food was good.
Like I said before, Harvard is like the most Wisconsin city in Illinois.
I can't wait to actually try that supper club. That would be awesome.
You guys will like it. It's next to a hotel, so you gotta love that. But it's a beautiful place. You get to escape for a little bit.
Awesome.
I would rather it be in Wisconsin, but hey, that's neither here nor there.
And so we got one more before we let you go. Have you ever been on a brewery tour, and do you have one to recommend checking out? And it doesn't have to be in Wisconsin. It can even be in Illinois if you know a really cool brewery for our fans to check out.
You know what? We don't do too many breweries. The one that I think is absolutely wonderful is the Door County Brewery. But that's because I was going there a lot. But that place is sick, and it's right by the water. Beautiful.
And they've got that Pallet Jack IPA, which is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah,
there you go, dude. Vacation Land, too.
Oh, Vacation Land is another really good
Land.
one.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I think there's one they just released. This is not a sandwich, or this isn't your sandwich IPA, or something like that. But yeah, that would be my place.
Awesome. Harvard Howler, thank you so much for all the time today. This was awesome, and hopefully we can work with you in the future. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a couple brewskis, a couple two tree, and
we'll stay in touch and we'll work more on this, and everybody will be seeing a lot more of this.
Yeah, I hope so, guys. I really appreciate the phone call. I love the podcast. I think you guys it's a real cool niche, cracking them and talking about some interesting things. I think it's wonderful. That's why I had to reach out. So I really appreciate your time. This was fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
All right, fellas. You too. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Later.
All right, that concludes this episode of Wisconsin Drunken History Podcast.
If you enjoyed this vulgar display of Wisconsin, please like and subscribe on whatever streaming platform you prefer. And remember to hit the bell on YouTube to be notified when we release new content.
Also, if you have any suggestions or ideas for future episodes, please send us an email at widrunkenhistory@gmail.com or head over to our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Thanks again for listening, and remember, as always,
Watch out for deer on your way home.